What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I wanted to talk to you about all of the proposals, all of the stimulus proposals that are out there, because people want to know about stimulus check number 2. A lot of people want to know about stimulus check number 1 and what's going on with their check. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, and there's a lot of information that people don't know. So we're going to talk about stimulus check number 2, just because we want to be able to get this passed, get something passed so that people have money in their hands, and it's not to where we're in this situation that we were in with the first check, to where so many people were ineligible, or people had to go through different steps, different hoops in order to be eligible, and this is why people aren't receiving their checks. So giving you the knowledge and all of the information beforehand will help you out in the long run, I promise you. Before I start, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And I do a giveaway every single week. The giveaway video will be in the card, so make sure you check that out. Now, let's go ahead and get into this. So I wanted to start with all of the proposals first, and then we can jump into any other information that I may have. So first, let's start with the Emergency Money for the People Act. So $2,000 every single month for anybody over the age of 16. And if you're under the age of 16, you'll get $500 as a dependent. Well, the dependent won't get it, the parent or the guardian will get it, but basically you'll receive, for a single person and a child, you'll receive $2,500 every month, which would be a really good deal for a lot of people. Now, if you have a household of 3 kids or 4 kids or whatever, you're going to receive $500 for each of those kids up to 3. So that's going to be a really big deal, as long as you are below the income threshold, which is $130,000, which a lot of people are. And if you're married, you need to be below $260,000. So that's well above a lot of people spending, especially in poverty. If people don't spend that much, or if people don't have income at all, it's going to help you out because you'll be the first ones on the list. So that's a really good deal. Now, I don't know how they're going to set it up by sending out the checks, because they haven't gotten to that point yet, because it's not approved yet. It's just a proposal. So that's the Emergency Money for the People Act. And I wanted to point this out, which is a petition to get this passed, to get it signed. And a lot of people want to back this bill. Actually, I think this is getting the most attention, the Emergency Money for the People Act, and you have 39,000 people that have signed this petition, and they're on their way to 50,000. So I want to get this to 200,000, and I think that everybody should include at least some petition, just to, get all of these signatures to say, hey, we really need this money. There's a lot of people that are struggling. There's people that receive the $1,200 that just don't, they didn't get enough out of it. So make sure you check this out. The link will be down in the description. I'll make sure I put it down there. Sometimes I struggle with putting links down there, but this will be down there, so you can get this signed, get it to its max of 50,000, hopefully get it to 100, get it to 200,000. That's what I'm hoping for. Just really, pack the signatures in there. So anyways, let's get into the other ones that we have. So we have the Emergency Money for People Act, which is what we covered. We have free rent and mortgage cancellation. So that would be to where they pay your mortgage and you don't have any interest that accrues. You don't have to pay anything when it comes to that money. So you won't have to pay for that up to a year. That's going to be absolutely amazing for a lot of people. But I still think that might be more amazing for people that have higher mortgages or have higher rental properties in value. So that may not be for the people. It's just going to be for a few people, not all of the people. So we also have the Getting America Back to Work, which basically will involve payroll tax rebates, things like that. And I really don't think that this is the best idea either, but it is out there. It's not going to help out everybody. What about the people that are not working? It's not going to help them out at all. The next one that we have here is Patriot Pay, which is something that Mitt Romney wanted to unveil. He wanted to unveil his plan, saying, this is what I want to put forth, basically saying all of the frontline workers, essential workers like my wife, like people in the supermarkets, cops, firefighters, people like that are really putting their life on the line, so they need to get paid a little bit more. Now, will this help out everybody? It will not. So anybody who's not working will not help you out. Anybody who's, unemployed, who has less hours than 100 hours per month, you're not going to get anything from it. And that's just not really going to help out a lot of people, but it is a proposal that's out there. I think it would need to be partnered with something. But if you're going to partner with something, then I feel like you just need to give everybody money, because the most logical thing to partner it with would be to give everybody money. And if you do that, then technically you're giving money to essential workers twice, which could be a great thing because they should get some sort of bonus on putting their life on the line, because there's a lot of people that are set aside because they don't want to work in groups of people and they don't want to get sick, and you don't want the country to get sick because then a mass breakout happens. So it makes sense that they get money, they get extra money, but I feel like you need to partner it with something. Another proposal is the ABC Act, which is basically, it's kind of like the Emergency Money for the People Act, but a little bit different. So it would be $2,000 of an upfront payment for every single American, no matter if you're an adult or you're a child or whatever. You're going to get $2,000 and then $1,000 every single month after that, until a year after the crisis. So that would be a huge impact. It would cost a lot because it would be a full year after the crisis. So however long the crisis lasts, you're still getting paid a year after that. So it would be pretty expensive. It just would be a lot to handle. But this is a really interesting bill. A lot of people like it because it involves a little bit more money. But what makes sense to a lot of people is the Emergency Money for the People Act. So this is another bill out there, the ABC Act. Get used to that name. I don't know if it's going to be something that's held out there a long time. There's a lot of people backing the Emergency Money for the People Act. You do have things that I've seen where people were talking about a federal jobs guarantee. And this is pretty interesting to basically see a federal jobs guarantee. So I wanted to type this into Google, federal jobs guarantee. I did see that Bernie Sanders was proposing this a while back, and it wasn't really interesting then. It is kind of interesting now just to be able to tell people that they're going to be guaranteed a job, but it's going to be really tough with how many people that are on unemployment. 26 million Americans, 26 plus million Americans are there on unemployment. I feel like you're not going to have that many federal jobs, and you're not going to be able to pack that many people into different federal jobs. So like people are not going to be working next to each other even after the crisis unless we have some sort of vaccine. They're not going to be working that close together. So those are the proposals, all of those proposals. So the Emergency Money for the People Act, the ABC Act, free rent and mortgage, Patriot Pay, getting America back to work, and also the federal jobs guarantee is something that I've heard recently. So let me break down what I think is the most popular, what makes the most sense, and if I feel that any of these are going to get passed, really. Some of you may already know my answer to that. So first, let's start with the Emergency Money for the People Act. So many people are backing this. You know, you have petitions built for this alone, and it was probably because this was really the first thing that was proposed when it comes to the second stimulus, more money. So a lot of people are acting on this because it's like, hey, $2,000 per month is going to be great for so many people. And it's a higher amount than like the ABC Act, because technically you're getting $2,000 for 1 month and then $1,000 from there on out. But it would equal out to the same amount. But people see 2,000 over 1,000 are like, oh, you know what, 2,000 is good. Now, this also does have an income cap. So if you're someone that's in upper class or in the 1%, you're not getting $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month. You're not getting anything at all because you make too much money. So it does have an income cap, and that's a good thing because most likely the people at the top of the income threshold don't really need it. The ABC Act really isn't getting that much attention. It is interesting, but I think the Emergency Money for the People Act is probably getting the most attention. Now, I did hear a lot of buzz around federal jobs guarantee from a number of people. Now, it's not as much as the Emergency Money for the People Act, but the federal jobs guarantee, guaranteeing you a job after the fact, is definitely a good thing. The reason why it's getting any type of buzz is not because people want to work for the government, it's because people can confirm that they have a job after the fact. There's a lot of people and a lot of companies that, you know, are laying off people, and people are, you know, filing for unemployment. And if we can get more people off unemployment, more people working, it'll be a good situation. But who really wants to work for the government? Now, all of the other ones, free rent and mortgage, aren't really getting that much traction. Patriot Pay, it's being talked about a lot, but not really. I know that I did see an article over here that talked about Trump and what he prefers, and this is the article here. Trump eyes new tax cuts for next stimulus package. So he talked about this in his town hall, saying, hey, you know, I would prefer having tax cuts, payroll tax cuts, but how does that help people that aren't working? that lost their job, 26 million Americans. Unless you partner that up with a federal jobs guarantee, I don't know. But I'm not saying that I'm all for federal jobs guarantee. I'm not saying that I'm for that. I'm for Emergency Money for the People Act. I would love to see money into everyone's hands, or people that are in poverty, the lower income threshold, to get money into their hands to basically level the field here. So I'm in favor of that. But Trump talking about this, President Trump talking about tax cuts, and that he's in favor of tax cuts over giving people money, is something that I don't really truly agree with. But he's the president of the United States. So he signs off on it. He gives it the okay. So I don't know. It depends. Like, if it passes everywhere it needs to pass and then gets to him, I'm sure he'll sign off on it. Now, it's also saying here that Republicans refuse to budge, and I did mention this in a previous video on stimulus checks. They're just not budging, and they're not giving anybody any sort of satisfaction or confirming that they're going to be receiving money, that people are going to be receiving money. There's nothing. There's no Republicans backing any of these bills besides Mitt Romney and the Patriot Pay. There's just nothing really. There's no communication there. And obviously we're going to get to a point to where there's negotiations, there's back and forth, and hopefully it ends in people getting money, getting some type of money. But I've talked about in 2 previous videos that I don't believe it's going to happen. I believe they're going to try and focus on getting people back to work, implementing these payroll tax cuts or something for essential workers, and go from there. They're not going to want to give anybody else money. You do have a couple of people that are backing certain bills, saying that $1,200 wasn't enough, and basically saying here Congress needs to pass a bill to send out $2,000 per month for the next 6 months. That's a good thing. Also, Congressman Tim Ryan fighting for $2,000 per month PPP funding and extended unemployment benefits. That's a good thing, right? You do have people fighting for the ABC Act. That's not bad. It's still money in people's hands. And then you do have $2,000 per month. Now, this is not like everything that goes out there, because there's some people that are against it, but you do have people that are for it. That's what matters. So let me know what you think about all of the bills that are out there. I know if you haven't received your check yet, that you're pretty upset that you haven't received your check, and there's some people that are just giving up. There are a number of articles saying that people are, stealing mail and stealing checks, and which is just a horrible thing to do in a bad time that we're in. So let me know what you think about all of these. Make sure you sign this petition, get your name in this hat, and just get as many people as you can to sign it. I'll make sure I put it down in the description, just like I said in the beginning of the video. But that's it, guys. That's my video on all of the proposals. I wanted to talk about all of these proposals so that you do know what's going on, what's out there, and what can be approved, what can be passed, and what you can expect. Now, like I said, I think that we're probably not going to see any of these, but I'm hopeful. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. In this case, I'm really hoping that I'm wrong. I'm not mad about ever being wrong, so hopefully I'm wrong in this one. But that's my video. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And remember that I do a giveaway every single week. The giveaway video will be in the cards explaining all of that. And that's it, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.